Okay, this is a 40-pound hickory self bow that was fire hardened. Okay, it shoots pretty good, but I made the mistake of shortening it. So it's 58 inches, and I think, you know, I got a 26.5-inch draw. It should have been just a little longer, closer to 60 inch. So if you look at it, it's pretty level. Got a tiny little bit of string follow, and I have two other 40-pound bows. And just for no other reason, I took off the finish, and I'm going to try my steam box out here. And I'm going to steam it, try to put a little flip tip or a little recurve on the end, and just to see if I like it a little better. So that's what I'm doing today. Just going to use my steam box. You can see the video on Barbell Joe how I made that. And there's my 4.5-inch radius jig over there with a belt. And we're going to give it a shot. Okay, once I put this steamer on, it takes about 5 minutes or so just to start working, and in 10 minutes it starts really steaming well. So we're going to let it go. I got the timer on. We're going to let it go for at least 20 minutes and see if I can get a little flip tip out of it. I'm not really looking for a full recurve, but let's see what happens. Okay, it's been steaming for about 35 minutes, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Belly side up, clamp, tighten it. Tighten it good. Use the strap, and either it's going to go or it's not going to go, or it's going to go a little bit. That's it. You don't want to go. It felt like it was going to crack. Not good. Not good at all. I'm going to put it in, let it steam some more. I'm going to check it out. That was not good. Don't see no cracks, but we're going to let it go some more. Got the second limb steaming for 40 minutes, and I don't know if it's because we fire hardened it or not, but it took 2 times for me to get that little flip tip on the end there. I guess because it's hydrophobic, you know, repels the water maybe. I sanded it to take the polyurethane I had on off, and hopefully this one will go a little better. And then every time you steam recurves or flip tips, after you're done, you have to check the alignment and make sure they don't have to be tweaked to put them in line. Because when you bend it on a jig, the slightest little bit of movement left or right, you could twist it. So it'll all have to be checked out when I'm done. been 40 minutes and we're gonna bend limb number 2. And what I noticed was when I bent it, it must have slid up a little bit in the clamp. There was a little space like that, so I got a little shim on the bottom. So we're gonna try and bend it now and see what happens. Come on, burning the clock here. Nope, it's gotta go more. I wasted too much time. Camera wasn't on, I couldn't tell. It's so bright out. But I got it to bend the second time. Seems like second time's a charm here with this here. And we'll see how it is, and we'll see how out of whack the limbs are. Because whenever you bend them, if you lean them over a little bit one way or the other and you clamp them, they got to be straightened out. And it's almost a guarantee they got to be straightened out. So we'll see. And now, the first one slipped up a little and it's a little crooked. Well, I'm not going to straighten that out with heat. So I got it steaming. I'm just going to re-clamp it on the clamp. And just so you know, these you always get a little bit of grain lift when you bend them, even with the strap I do. It's probably just me or my technique. I get a little tiny bit of grain lift and it's thick enough to sand it off and it's fine. But we'll see what happens now when the time is up on this. The bottom limb of this recurve is actually recurved, but the alignment is a little out of whack. Sometimes when you bend it, you twist it, and it's not laying the way it's supposed to be. It's a little tough, you know, to do this by yourself. And so it's out of alignment. So I'm re-steaming it, and we're gonna lay it in a jig, re-bend it, try to keep it in the center of the jig to align it. And that's the goal here. Okay, so it looks like a success to me. Now, not a string is going to go on this until it regains some moisture back in the limbs. And I have the moisture meter. I'll check it sometime tomorrow. If not, the next day. There's no rush. And we'll put a string on it with a short brace height or a short string, and we're going to just check the tillering on it real quick. Okay, this past December, a friend I shoot with, Cliff, said, of all the guys I know, I think you're the one that will complete this task that I got for you and make a bow. He made several self bows, He actually went and took classes, got several self bows, and he's taken all kinds of game with them, caribou and everything you can imagine he's taken with these self bows. And he said it's been many years. He says I have a stave down my basement that's been sitting there for a long time. I have a draw horse, you know, one of those horses that for a bowyer would use. I have a nice draw knife. He says, and I'm going to bring it over and try and let you make a bow. I'll give you some information, what I know, and then we'll see what you do. Well, I became obsessed with it. I became obsessed with it. I started off with that bow he gave me, okay? And even though that bow, a little bit of me, a little bit of the stave, it didn't work out, I was obsessed. I started buying Osage bows. On Christmas, I made a nice bow I still hunt with, an Osage bow I hunt with that's recurved. Then I kept getting bad staves and different things, bad staves with knots, twists, and they were sold as premium staves for like $240 each one. A whole bunch of us even got ripped off by some guy. We all paid him. When he got enough money, he took off, and we all lost. So in this journey, I made some board bows, and they were okay. You know, they served the purpose. They taught me a lot about tillering and different things. And then I got into the fire hardening from Keith Shannon and Thad Beckham Outdoors, and that changed everything for me, because now you can cut down a green tree, whether it's you know, like I'm in the east here, the northeast, and you could take any of these whitewoods, dry them out, fire harden them, and you got a really awesome bow. I made several really nice hickory bows that are fire hardened, and I have one inside that I thought failed, that lifted up, and I managed to glue it with AE40, and it's the first time I ever had a bow break that I was able to repair and shoots just as good today. And that bow's 47 pounds. That bow, I'm probably gonna hunt with. I wanna get a deer with that bow. And the name of that bow was Second Chance, because out of all bows, that's the only one that ever got a second chance. So it started off with this little recurve journey of mine. I made this hickory bow, fire hardened, all right, and it was taller, and I wanted the little short blind bow, short bow for the blind, okay? So this was a 58-inch bow, and I tilled it down, and it was about 43 pounds. And as I shot it, I just felt it lost a little energy being shorter. And I gotta be honest, with fire hardening, these bows are pretty fast, right? So I made a little mistake shortening it so much, and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna recurve the ends. And I know I'm gonna lose weight when I get done tillering it. So, but we'll see what happens, you know? So I got my new steam box, as you've seen in the video. I steamed it, I've recurved it. Today I tilled it. Okay, let me see if you can see. I tilled it. It's 35 pounds at my draw weight, and it's gonna be an awesome 3D bow. So what did I learn on this little journey, okay? One, when I make a bow too short, like this was 43 pounds, I felt it lost some of the oomph, it lost some energy, because it's a hunk of wood, and I'm trying to shorten it, and the limbs don't hold the energy like it really would when it's a laminate. So the fire hardening, don't get me wrong, the fire hardening is great. They come back, you get a little deflex, or you come back and it's pretty level, you know. But the formula that everybody says, double your draw length, okay, double your draw length, and add 6 inches. I'd say, just to be safe, add 7, you know. An inch does make a difference. So double your draw weight, add 7, and make that the shortest bow that you're gonna make, okay? And if you fire harden it, you should be fine. Don't go any shorter, because you'll find that, I guess because it's short and you're compressing the fibers in the belly, you kind of lose some of that energy. You don't have that stored energy you would if it was a laminate. Okay, so to make sure you got your draw length, all right? Everybody says, oh, I know what my draw length is. People don't know what their draw length is. The only real way to tell is with one of these draw length arrows, and you can use a regular arrow, all right? And you got to be safe with this. You don't want nobody getting hurt, right? So when I have a bow with a shelf, okay, you have the person stand on this side because the arrow can't go past this shelf, right? And be downrange facing the target. And what you do is, and some people don't like this method, but I do. You got to feel comfortable. After you're shooting for a while, you could close your eyes and feel your ankle wherever it is. So here we go. We're going to pull back, right? Let down. I felt my anchor. We'll take off the arrow. And we're going to look and see what it says. Okay, my draw length is 26.5. Okay, so that is my draw length. Okay, so what you do is you could draw back a regular arrow and have a piece of tape or a marker and have somebody stand on this side of the riser and mark it so you know what it is. Okay, the other thing I have, let's see if I brought it out with me. A lot of these different scales for measuring your draw length, you'll get a different number. They're not perfect, you know what I mean? They're cheap scales. But this one here I have is pretty good. It's not bad. And once I zero it out, I hook underneath the knock and I come back and I'm at my anchor. And then I let it down and it shows it's 33 pounds. So this bow is 33 pounds at my short draw length. And I tell you what, I went in the house, you know, I shoot that recliner, I put the block target on the recliner. I'm really happy. It's kicking them out pretty fast. This is going to be one heck of a 3D bow for me. So it turned out into something good, something usable, because I probably would have never shot that little short, you know, 43-pound bow because I felt it just was lacking energy. But this, with the recurves, even though it's shorter and had to be retilled and lost weight, it's kicking them out. It's going to be a fun 3D bow. So that's all. Some things to think about before you start recurving. Know you'll have to straighten out the tips. Know you'll have to retiller. You know your weight will drop. You know all these things ahead of time. Okay? So if you're going to, you know, you get your bow shaped up before you fire hard and do whatever you're going to do, and you maybe recurve the ends first, and then you could start taking down weight and tillering it to the exact weight you want, you know. But don't get the weight you want, then recurve them and expect that you're going to keep that weight, because you're not. You're going to lose a lot tillering it. All right, we'll go shoot this a couple times, take some shots outside, and we'll see how it performs with my little 3D arrows. Okay, here we are with this little 33-pound recurve at my draw length. And these arrows I'm using are PSC Razorbacks. They're 800 spine. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of shots. I believe they come like standard size. They're not the 28s. I guess they're the 31s or 30, whatever they come, the PSC. And you can tell they come the orange and white fletching. That's the size they are. So that's here with the bag targets, like 25 yards. Couldn't even see where it went. I think it went pretty good. I'll have to send another one down there. Oh, I think that one went a little high. This is the first time I'm shooting this, so let me readjust a little. There we go. Here we go. I won't go over the form thing, but try to be that shooting machine because, you know, you gotta have fun flinging arrows, right? Just to see that it wasn't just a lucky shot, we'll take another one there. Hey, not bad, not bad. I'm really liking this little fun bow. All right, like I said, sometimes you just gotta have fun flinging arrows. Let's go a little closer. Okay, this is about 20 yards here to that deer. And I'm really not sure where I gotta aim at 20 yards. I'm gonna say maybe the point on. Let's try the point on. You know what, let me go crazy and try and shoot that little groundhog there. I don't know, can you see the groundhog? Maybe. Look at that, I got the little groundhog. Isn't that something? That's cool. Okay, I hope I got that. I hope I got that groundhog because the call interrupted the video. So anyway, that was pretty cool. I shot that groundhog. I hope I got it on video. And let me see. I'll take another shot. I was going to move closer till that call came in, but let's see. I'll shoot that groundhog again. Why not? Look at that. See, it's shooting incredible. Okay, I'm out of arrows. I'm going to shoot this some more. Let me take you down and show you the targets. Okay, that one up on the top left was the first one I took. And then I regrouped and I got the two at 25 yards. And you see the little groundhog there? I shot him twice too. I took 5 arrows out with me. So anyway, just wanted you to see me shoot this little recurve that I made from that stout little 40-pound bow that I thought lost a little energy. And I know I'll use this a lot. I'll have more fun shooting this and that 40-pound, what this was, that 40-pound short, stout little bow probably would have collected dust. But this, archery is supposed to be fun. I'm going to take this out with those 800 spline arrows and just have a blast shooting arrows. Okay, I won't even finish it. See how I tilted it? You can see the bare wood. After I shoot like 50 arrows, 100 arrows out of it, then I'll consider finishing it up. Okay, that's the end of this video. Watch all my other videos on Bare Bow Joe. Like I said, I'm learning, I'm enjoying it. Life is short. Every time you get up, it's a good day. Every morning you wake up is a good day. Make the best of it. Get out and shoot and have some fun.